welcome to Cornish Fishing Tales. Out on my first gilt trip for the year. It's looking like spring today, so I thought it's my birthday tomorrow and I'm having an operation on Monday, which means I can't fish for at least 4 weeks. I was going to go out on my birthday, but the winds are going to be like 50 miles an hour today, and they dropped down today to about 20, so I thought today's the day. So yeah, I've come out for my first gilt trip of the year. I've got a couple of rods out there. One's got a bit of gaper clam on, one's got this soft spider crab. Here's soft spider crab. There's the gaper clam all wrapped up, ready to go on for the next cast. We've got my sandwiches, we've got my vape, and I'm going to sit here for a few hours and see if we can get a gilt. It'd be nice to catch one. I'd be happy with a flounder, I'd be happy with a huss or a dogfish or a bass. I'd be very happy with a bass. Bit gutted to catch a bass in February because I can't have it for dinner, but never mind. That'd be just it'll be fine. I'll be all right. I'll get over that. I'd still be happy to catch one. So yeah, hopefully I'm going to get something. I've been here about an hour now. I've not had a touch. I was getting crabbed out on a worm. I had a little bit of worm and I've run out of that now. I've crabbed out on that. But they did just stop for a little bit. They stopped crabbing me out so quickly, so that can be a sign sometimes that the gilts are going to come, or they're here. So fingers crossed. I'm pushing my luck because it's middle of February. But that's me all over. I'm always pushing my luck, always trying. So yeah, I'll let you know if I get anything. I'll be back in a bit to update you as to what's going on, how I'm carrying on, what I'm doing, show you the rigs that I'm using, how I'm baiting up, how far out I'm casting, stuff like that. It's not brain science, you don't cast out far. It's just bait fishing really. So yeah, alright, I'll see you in a bit. Cheers chaps. This right-hand bait's been out for a while, so I'm going to have a look. I was getting crabbed out to start on this right-hand bait with a razor clam, sorry, or gaper clam, but the last couple of times I brought it in, it's looked alright actually. It's not looked like it's getting crabbed out, so let's have a look, see what's happening, see if I've still got bait on my rod. It's looking like it's been done. Yeah, it's been done. The crabs are still around. So yeah, basically that's my rig. Simple running paternoster. Leads on a bit of fluorocarbon tied to a swivel, which is on my main line. And I've got a bead and a quick clip. And then I've got my Pinky special rig. Pinky sells these. Anyone's interested, stick down in the comments and I'll pass you on to Pinky. He does some excellent rigs. He's got some really good ideas for fishing for these gilts. He took me out and he helped me catch my first gilt. Bloke is a really lovely bloke. And he ties some pucker rigs. So yeah, if you don't like tying your own rigs and you want to do a bit gilt fishing, go and buy them off Pinky. So yeah, basically that's my bit of razor clam wrapped up. I've only got heavy elastic, which is annoying. I like to use light elastic, but that's all I've got, so that's what I'm using. Go through it like that, pull your hook through, and then it nicely so that your hook's sticking out at the end, and it'll catch a fish if you get a bite. And then bring this hook up pennel style about there, a few twists, and then back through the bait. It's a lovely presentation that is. Oh. So yeah, there's my bait, there's my rig. I've got a bit of braid on the end, stop them biting through, then fluorocarbon through to a swivel attached to a clip on a running paternoster. Simple as that, nothing complicated about it. And then I sort of cast them out about that far, let the line sink, bring it back, put it in your stand and Bob's your uncle. Simple as that. The art and the skill really lies in when you get a bite, and hooking the little buggers, because they are sods. They pick up your bait and drop it and then you go to your rod and they won't be there, and then every time you put your rod down they'll come back and pick it up and drop it. You're hoping for that run, that fish that picks it up and tries to swallow it whole and runs off with it, and you get a screamer and they've hooked themselves. That's the best way, because it can be devastatingly frustrating sometimes trying to hook them. But yeah, so that's it basically. I've got both rods out, praying, hoping there'll be an early gilt around. I'll get a bit of action before this bloody operation, because it's going to drive me a bit crazy. I'm not going to be able to do anything at all for 6 weeks. To the point where they said they wouldn't do both my arms at once, because they said I wouldn't be able to wipe my own arse, which is a little bit worrying. But my dad did have both done at the same time, and he said it was all right. But yeah, I've got to have one done at a time. Come on, you gilts. My trusty bit of pipe lagging from the rigs here. I've got a spare rig, so I'm going to bait up for the next cast now. So if I do get one, it's already baited up and ready, and I can just cast it out, unclip the fish and cast another rod out. Make the most of it when they're around, because they don't stay around for long, the gilts. Right, so yeah, what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to put a whole razor fish on. Might get round these pesky crabs smashing up my bait all the time. So I've got a whole razor clam there. I'll peel him open to expose the flesh inside, and I'll hook into that flesh, but leaving the hook exposed like that, and bring the other hook down to the end. Oh. Oh, this is fiddly. This is why I want this carpal's tunnel operation, because I can't seem to grab things like that. It's really annoying. Right, so put him in about there, and then out like that. And I can close it all up. See? And get a bit of elastic. Again, I wish I didn't have heavy elastic, but that's all I've got today, so I prefer light elastic. I think the heavy stuff's a bit too heavy, basically. See what I mean? I can't grab anything here. There's definitely some crabs out there, because even the spider crab bait has just been completely smashed there. Unless I've been done by a gilt and I've not noticed a bite. But I reckon it's crabs. So I'm putting on this whole razor in the hope that the shell might stop the crabs from smashing my bait up so quick. We're probably still going to get to it, but you can always live in hope. So there we go, we've got a whole razor bait on now. Gilt f***ing candy that is. Always remember to set your drag when you're fishing for gilts. That 4-pounder I had, I'd stop for a fag. I sat down, I was smoking my fag, which I've now given up. But yeah, I was smoking my fag and I heard a noise, and I looked up and my rod was doubled over. If I didn't have my drag set, I'd have lost my rod, I think. It was that left-hand rod there. It's a spod rod. So it's like a 5-pound test curve, and it was doubled over in the stand. My fag went flying, I jumped up. And yeah, hopefully that's going to happen today, because I'm gagging for a fish. Right, so yeah, what I do with these soft spiders is I get it and I kind of cut one joint, leg joint, whatever it's joint, leg, terrible English, off, so it's got a nice bit of meat in there. It's got a bit of that crab custard, the orange stuff, I'll call it crab custard. And I'll whip it up into like a sausage shape. Well, the crabs are certainly alive today. They're absolutely stripping me. But just deciding the gilts ain't about. I usually find if the gilts are about, the crabs quieten down a little bit, but there's still time, I suppose. Still time for those gilts to turn up. As I suspected, the crabs still had their old razor. So sometimes you can't win. So there's nothing to it now. I just got to keep baiting up, and I just got to keep trying to beat the crabs by a time. So I use loads of bait, but you never know, might get one. Well, I've been here for about 4 hours now, and nothing's happened apart from crabs eating my bait. But it's bloody lovely. I'm lying on the floor, sunbathing in the middle of February. I've got my rods out. It's a bit windy, but it's banging. I'm happy to be out. It's been a long winter, and it's just a nice. Just enjoying sitting here. I was just thinking a minute ago, oh, this is rubbish, I'm going to go home, but then I thought, no, actually, I'm bloody enjoying myself. So I'm going to sit here for another hour or so, see what happens. I'm well into the ebb now, probably about an hour into the ebb. You can see it's ebbing out there, look, the foam going out. So yeah, I'll fish it out for a bit, see what happens. Hopefully I'll catch something, but if not, I've had a lovely day out in the sun. See you in a bit. Well, I've just pulled up at home and I've realised I forgot to say goodbye. Nothing happened, obviously. I packed up, just driven home. Yeah, a bit disappointing, but it was a very pleasant day out in the sun. It's been a while since I sat in the sun fishing, so yeah, all good. See you next time.